Peace, family. This is Lion with another news and commentary. Um, we have a story out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Attorneys for Mohamed Noor argued to dismiss charges in the Justine Damond killing. Well, good luck with that. Defense attorneys from a former Minneapolis police officer who shot and killed Justine Damond last year filed a motion asking for dismissal for the murder and manslaughter charges against him, arguing that his attempt to revive her with CPR proves that he wasn't depraved when he pulled the trigger. Mohamed Noor's attorney also questioned whether he could receive a fair trial because of massive publicity surrounding the case, singling out Hennepin County Attorney Mike Freeman's comments to a group of actors last December, blaming the lack of evidence in the case. A recording of the exchange later surfaced online. The motion filed in Hennepin County District Court on Wednesday came in response to Freeman's decision to charge Noor with third-degree murder in the shooting death last year of Damond. Noor, 32, became the first officer statewide in recent history to be charged with murder in connection with an on-duty killing. He was fired from the department the same day that Freeman announced his decision. On Wednesday, Freeman spokesman Chuck Lewinsky, I'm trying to pronounce his last name, Lazawinski, said that as a matter of policy, his office doesn't comment on pending cases. Prosecutors have several weeks to file a formal response to the motion, which will be considered at a hearing next month before Judge Catherine Quainans. No trial has been set. Noor's partner that night, Matthew Harity, has since returned to duty, but a police spokesman confirmed Wednesday that he is still under investigation by Internal Affairs in connection with the shooting. The department declined further comment. Noor is charged with shooting Damond, 40, after responding to her 911 call about a possible rape near her South Minneapolis home in July 2017. The shooting showed evidence of depraved mind as the charges are defined and culpable negligence, prosecutor says. When he fired the fatal shot from inside his police SUV, neither officer had their body cameras turned on at the time of the incident, complicating the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension's investigation and raising questions about how much prosecutors will rely on physical evidence and the testimony of Harity, the only witness to the shooting. Noor hasn't talked with state investigators, and he declined to answer questions earlier this year when he called before the grand jury convened by Freeman. Harity, who appeared at least twice before the panel, described the incident as the most fearful event of his career, according to court filings. Noor's defense team attorney Thomas Plunkett and Peter Wold has previously said Noor will plead not guilty to both charges, arguing that he was acting in self-defense and used reasonable force when he shot Damond. In their latest filings, they argued that once the initial shock wore off and Harity's assistance, Noor started performing CPR on Damond as his partner tended to her wound. He repeatedly asked Officer Harity where the EMS was, and he begged Damond to stay with him. The filings said his actions after the shooting evince a man not with a depraved mind, but of a man recognizing a tragedy and wanting to do anything he can to change the outcome. The case drew worldwide interest from the Twin Cities to Damond native Australia, whose prime minister called the death shocking and inexplicable. It also led to the ouster of the city's former police chief and a range of reforms for the department, including the overhaul of its body camera policy. Questions about racial bias against Noor, who is Somali, have followed the case since the beginning and were again raised by Plunkett and Wool in their motions. They argued that Freeman's comments last December, he was rewarded, saying that coming to a decision in the Noor case was the big present I'd like to see under the Christmas tree, rise to the level of prosecuting misconduct and could taint prospective jurors in a criminal trial. His comments are not merely racially and culturally insensitive, they are full of animosity that mock due process. They deny due process, motion says. Laura's legal troubles don't end with the file. Nora's legal troubles don't end with this case. Damon's relatives last month filed a civil lawsuit in federal court claiming Nora and Harry conspired to cover up evidence of the shooting by failing to turn on their body cameras. The suit alleged that the officers later hid behind a blue wall of silence, citing news reports that dozens of their colleagues, acting on the advice of union attorneys, refused to cooperate with state and local investigators. The family attorney Bob Bennett has reportedly said he intends to depose Noor before the end of his criminal trial. The federal judge will consider a request by city attorneys to delay the trial pending Noor's criminal case. Let me get it. Okay, let me say this. They can try to do this, but I believe the judge gonna deny this case. I mean, even though Mohamed Noor did try to use CPR on deceased Damond, the white female that was shot and killed by Noor in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I don't think. Go back. I don't think that. This is how I feel about this. I don't think that the judge going. I don't think the judge going to accept their emotion. Only because they try to set an example of a police officer. And so I felt that it's important for people to understand that you have a situation, when you had a police officer. And guess what? According to this, Mohamed Noor did it out of fear. Now, he basically, obviously, he thought someone would come behind him or try to sneak up on him. That's why he shot. But he had no idea he shot. He didn't know idea that he shot her, and basically it's going to raise tensions now because obviously they're gonna have to say in this double standard where you have white officers can get off of killing unarmed black men and women and children, but in this case, when this is a Somali immigrant who shot an unarmed white woman, for a fact they're not gonna deny. For a fact the judge's gonna deny this. The judge's gonna deny. Say, well, no, we ain't. No, we won't set this example for him. So they can try all they want to with this, but at the end of the day, I don't think that the judge's gonna accept this. I don't think so. I think that he's gonna basically going to set an example for any black officers that would do this to any white person. I mean, that's just me. Now I'm going to see how this story plays out in this case, whether they're going to, dismiss all charges. But in my opinion, I highly doubt it. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this article. Share this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my reaction channel. And subscribe to my Black Junction channel for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.